Welcome to Mountain Fungi. The flora, fauna, and fungi of the world make up a vast ecosystem filled with an enormous amount of biodiversity. Each organism plays its part, from the 2,400-acre armillaria honey mushroom to the smallest single-celled bacteria. One of the most vital cogs in the eco-machine is fungi. Fungi are the great recyclers of the earth, turning organic matter into soil, adding layers every time the enzymatic process is complete through multiple stages of digestion and generations of mycelium. Both fungi with macro and micro have another critical role to play. Without fungi in this role, plants and trees would not be here. The earth would be a desert wasteland. 92% of the plant kingdom would not exist. Imagine what the earth would look like, but luckily, you don't have to. Thanks to mycorrhizal fungi. Ectomycorrhizal and arbuscular mycorrhizal are the topic for today's discussion, so please, I invite you to join me on this fantastic topic about mushrooms and fungi. First, let's start with a basic question. What is a mycorrhizal fungi? Myco, meaning fungus, and rhiz, meaning roots. This is a symbiosis, a partnership between fungi and plants. The theory goes that when plants went from being aquatic to terrestrial organisms, they needed help getting the nutrients they required to continue to grow. Maybe the soil wasn't rich enough in what they required, or maybe their root structure wasn't adequate enough for what they needed. Enter fungi. Fungi, quite possibly already being well established in the evolving terrestrial world, saw an opportunity for a mutual beneficial relationship. A very intimate connection grew between the two, which I will discuss later what happens, and the fungi and the plants get phosphorus, nitrogen, potassium, zinc, and other nutrients, and in exchange the fungus gets sugars in the form of carbohydrates, which is a byproduct from photosynthesis. This connection is very ancient. Plants from over 450 million years ago have fossils found with arbuscular mycorrhizal fungi. The two big types of mycorrhizal fungi are arbuscular and ecto. There is a few other types like ericoid, ectendo, and arbatoid, but I'm only going to talk about arbuscular and ecto because arbuscular accounts for over 72% of plants, and ecto accounts for over 60% of the terrestrial plant biomass, i.e. trees. There's a few differences between the two. First of all, ectomycorrhizal evolved around the past 200 million years, most of which are basidiomycetes, or they form mushrooms in simpler terms. It's believed that some experts think that EM, which is an abbreviation for ectomycorrhizal fungi, were saprotrophic, but through evolution lost the specific type of enzymes and acids to break down dead organic matter. There is a rare occasion where a certain species can act as both, but if that evolutionary change, the mycelium of the fungus began to crowd itself around the roots, while the hyphae from the heart-tick-nid, which basically means that the mycelium penetrates the roots and exists in contact with the root cells. EM fungi colonize trees like pine, spruce, fir, willow, beech, birch, and oak. And according to NAMA, the North American Mycological Association, 140 genera and 43 plant families have been identified forming ectomycorrhizal fungi. Some examples of EM fungi are king boletes, Boletus edulis, chanterelles and trumpet mushrooms, Cantharellus and Craterellus, all known amanitas such as Muscaria, Pantherina, etc. Suillus americanus, Matsutake, which is Trichiloma magnivelare, Inocybe insignis, which is a psilocybin-containing mushroom, which is very unique and very cool, and Cortinarius caperatus. Up next is arbuscular mycorrhizal fungi, or AM for short. AM fungi is also called endo or vesicular mycorrhizal fungi. Those are just different names for it, but AM fungi are always, as far as I know, microfungi, and they account for over 72% of the fungal plant relationship. Almost everything that we see in the produce section of the grocery store has this mycorrhizal fungi relationship. Coffee, cocoa, green tea, cotton, tobacco, and on have AM fungi. Grasses, flowers, shrubs have AM fungi. And I personally think that AM fungi are an extremely impressive feat of nature, with something so small and unnoticeable having such a huge impact on nature. When plants have mycorrhizal fungi symbiosis, there is a substantial increase in yield. Every study I have seen in the comparison between AM and non-AM plants, the plant with AM is up to 40% bigger on a consistent basis. The AM fungi also help protect against environmental factors like drought, cold, insects, toxins, and so on. How AM fungi work is little structures from the fungi called arbusculars penetrate the root cortical cell, and a connection between the fungi and plant commences. The hyphae accumulate acidic polypeptides that drill through the cell wall, and something called an aprosorium firmly attaches the hyphae to the root cell wall, and nutrient transfer begins. The cell-to-cell connection only lasts for around 4 to 15 days, and AM fungi is not host-specific. There are currently between 300 and 1,600 AM fungi that are associated with around 200,000 plant species. I'll make another video just on AM fungi and microfungi because it's very interesting and a lot of information. Some of the genera of AM fungi are Rhizophagous, Ambisporus, Acalosporus, Glomulus, and Funneliformis. I think a deeper appreciation of fungi should come from the understanding that fungi play a role in almost everything natural on this earth. If we look at nature, flowers, trees, wildlife as a painting, then fungi is the paint and earth is the painter. The peaceful feeling from being surrounded by trees on a hike or admiring the vast scale of a forest over the terrestrial world to the process of a seed turning into a beautiful flower, fungi plays a vital role in all of it. And we have fungi to thank for most everything we see. The entire food chain is reliant, as is the entire ecosystem and the earth. Fungi steers the course and what makes Earth so habitable for a wide diversity of life. Fungi is the great conductor of biological life here on Earth, and it truly is amazing what nature can do. Thank you very much for watching.